Ultraman Decker Episode 2 takes place entirely 1 year after the events of Episode 1. The Earth is trapped in a shell, and people have continued on with their lives because they literally have no other option. They are cut off from colonies that they have started on Mars, and they can't get out. They're just, but our hero from last episode, Kanata, has joined the TPU, which are the science military nerds. In each Ultraman series, there is a representative science military nerd. The science military nerds are usually there to assist Ultraman in fights when the monster is just a little too over his pay grade. Anyway, Kanata has been training with the TPU. It is now part of a unit with two previous characters, Ichika and Ryumon. Ichika is kind of like the logical optimist. What's his face? Kanata is the kind of like. I guess he'd also be optimistic. He's more like a dreamer. He's the dreamer. He always looks on the bright side of things, but is not necessarily doesn't have the logic that Ichika has. And then you have Ryumon, who is a cynical perfectionist, and he's a little tough to get to work with. He's a little tough to get to work with in this episode, but his ridges get smoothed out as it goes on, because that's the point. Anyway, when they're on a very routine training mission, Kanata gets hurt, and at the same time, not connected, a giant monster breaks out from its hibernation and begins to go wrecking a rampage on the town, causing everyone to freak out and go. The team of Ichika, Ryumon, and Kanata decide to go help instead of run away because, they're good people. They're good-hearted people. That's the whole point. And of course, during this fight, Ultraman Decker allows Kanata to access his powers once again, and then take the form of Ultraman Decker to fight this threat. Goes a little wonky. The kaiju's winning, but then Ultraman Decker reveals his new ability, in which he can summon kaiju himself as a tiny assist. They don't seem to last very long, but when they summon, they do their thing. They turn the tide of battle. Maybe not completely, but at least in Decker's favor. And then Decker takes down the monster. The TPU team do their job and rescue people who have been hurt during the clash between the kaiju and Ultraman. And then Muraboshi. I'm probably saying his name wrong. I bet I'm gonna have a picture up in front, and the name's gonna be spelled correctly, and I'm gonna look like a butthole. That's okay. I just gotta get his name right by episode 3. Actually, you know what? Let me do it right now. Let me put respect on this man's name. That's the wrong one. Murahoshi. I got a B mixed up with an H. That's my fault. Anyway, their teacher Murahoshi sees their efforts and decides to reward them with the prestigious Guts Select membership, which is kind of like the special forces within the TPU. The team consists of their teacher, a pilot, the 3 people we have met before, and another person who's more important in episode 3. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a good episode for a kid show. This was a good episode of Ultraman. You got to learn a little bit more about the characters, flesh them out a bit, showed how they would react under pressure, and and of course we had a good old-fashioned kaiju fight between Ultraman and the monster, and that's what you want. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. It was a good episode.